So with the ending of season 1 of The Mandalorian behind us and the exuberant anticipation building for season 2 this fall or whenever they let us see it, I felt it would be good to kick off our first maiden voyage with a look back at the weird kind of meta Easter eggs, and then if you guys stay to the end, we'll see a huge golden, brilliant meta egg. So let's get cracking. Hello, I'm your favorite Gunter, Will Morgan. That's Gunter, that's Easter egg hunter. And I expect everybody to understand this in the post Ready Player One society we now live in. You guys are going to need to know what a Gunter is. This channel is going to be about Easter eggs and intertextuality and film, etc. And an insane fan theory. Like, this is the if you want to get woo-woo, you've come to the right place, my friend. What is intertextuality, you might ask? In fact, out loud, if you're viewing this in a bus stop or whatever, I'm not judging. Well, to answer that, we'll say that intertextuality is the point where two works of art overlap. And movies, film, or any like form of art, painting, like this scene from The Watchmen. And another way of thinking of this is that a piece of art interacts with another piece of art. Actually, a Star Wars example to set the tone, juxtaposition the scenes of Star Wars A New Hope right here, 1977.
He doesn't like you.
I'm sorry.
I don't like you either. You just watch yourself.
And this one from Rogue One, 2016.
Hey, you just watch yourself. No. Sorry. You don't want any trouble. Sorry. Come on.
Boom, Easter egg. Two pieces of art intersecting and connecting. It's been Disney in recent years who have been accused of riding the intertextuality train all the way to the bank. But with the acquisition of Marvel and Star Wars, and apparently unending release of live action remakes, it's justifiable to level these claims against them. Disney, however, is not the originator of this marketing scheme. Stepping outside of the Star Wars bubble, we can see The Wizard of Oz, circa 1900 or something in the book. The witch wears a golden hat. You know, to get nerdy about it, if you really want to know. The monkeys obey her because of the hat she wears. Not many people know that this shows up in 1939. Roll the monkey footage!
Shoes. I'm still brave enough to conquer her and load along the rest. Come on, let's get out of here.
As like a little artifact, just she doesn't use the hat, she just kind of like throws it off to the side. But if you knew the book, boom, Easter egg. This initially joins the source material and the movie itself in an indirect way. It's saying, hey, these are in the same universe, or kind of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge thing. Now, returning to Star Wars, again, like, we're talking about Star Wars, guys. The beginning days of the internet, when you Googled anything about Star Wars, you found goofs and stormtroopers hitting their heads, only known by those of us who had searched the web by that time, back in the olden days, where before the memes, before the prequels, when the internet sounded something like this. We nerds only had access to a couple of things, and those things were like Star Wars curiosities, what you would call Easter eggs, jokes, or drinking games.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Things like the Millennium Falcon dice, they were just a joke. George Lucas probably referencing like American Graffiti. This guy has a nice car, he has got dice in the windows and a dog. Hey, look, it's Chewbacca. So these things were made into the main storyline of different movies. Han Solo.
Damn right.
The Last Jedi. It's like the whole thing is those dice, those little Easter eggs that turned into something huge. Previously, trivial things you would probably see as a mistake or continuity error, like, become the focus of the movie itself. And we see the same thing, though, done masterfully in Mandalorian Season 1. And this brings us to one of the big Mandalorian little meta eggs that I wanted to talk about, and that being the Empire Strikes Back classic ice cream machine scene. One of these previously perceived arrows was from the evacuation of Cloud City on Bespin from The Empire Strikes Back, circa 1980. This guy was caught fleeing the scene with his ice cream maker. Like, Empire ain't gonna get my ice cream. I mean, look at that. That is your grandmother's ice cream machine from the 80s. This is what our barbecues ended with. I didn't see The Mandalorian shedding light on this just throwaway scene, but I was pleasantly surprised when it did. Thank you, Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau. What we find in The Mandalorian is actually an important scene from Chapter 3, entitled The Sin, where Mando was given payment for the delivery of the child, the asset, better known to the world as Baby Yoda.
But to the winner go the spoils.
Another Easter egg. See, it's your grandmother's ice cream, and it held valuables, but it was not what we thought. But this goes to show, like, this, people talk about the fandom menace changing up what Disney does, but that's already happened to Star Wars. This character that was just this little blip that only nerds knew about became a thing. They gave him a name. The guy has a name now. He has a fan club. People dress up as him and parade through Comic-Cons. It's insane. His name is Wilro Hood. The running of the Wilros. It's a thing.
To me, it's the deepest cut. This is based on Wilro Hood's famous ice cream maker. There it is.
Going back even further and even more obscure, I feel that there's the very impetus of the Mandalorian series itself spawns from the 1978, never re-released. I mean, where is it? You can find it. You can find it on YouTube.
The Star Wars Holiday Special, starring Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker.
Star Wars fans were given their first look at Boba Fett and his Mandalorian armor.
You are alone?
I have 2 droids. We've come in search of a ship that crashed near here.
Maybe I can help you. I am Boba Fett.
And what can only be called one of the coolest 9-minute long animations of all time. The whole rest of the thing sucked, but the animation that had Boba Fett was wonderful. This spawned figures. There's this whole figure battle, but you never saw him in the movies until Empire Strikes Back. He was a popularized thing just based off of, it was an Easter egg. Boba Fett himself is an Easter egg. It's crazy. In the scene, it shows him riding a beast and sporting a tuning fork. It's tipped. Disintegration gun, you know, just psh, no disintegrations. Roll that Boba Fett footage. Roll it.
There will be a substantial reward for the one who finds the Millennium Falcon. You are free to use any methods necessary, but I want them alive. No disintegrations.
As you wish.
LOL. However, for our meta tag, we gotta transcend the source material and any references to other related movies. And to do this, we're gonna zero in on one actor. I know it seems weird, but you're like, I'm not worried about it. Because the more you watch this channel, the more your very perception of reality is gonna change. Like the relationship you have with movies, nope, no more. Now we're getting intimate. That was awkward. To do this, we're gonna zero in intimately on one actor, Carl Weathers. Now, I'm not saying that every Carl Weathers movie is like in the same universe. Like, no, a Carl Weathers universe, like that's crazy. That's crazy. No, what I'm saying is that we're talking about a Carl Weathers, this is a Carl Weathers multiverse. Right? So Carl Weathers movies are in their own universe, okay? But the events echo through the Weathers multiverse. Okay? Huh? Come on. You guys know how multiverses work?
All right, people. Let's start at the beginning one last time. My name is Gwen Stacy. I was bitten by a radioactive spider. I couldn't save my best friend, Peter Parker.
We live in a post Into the Spider-Verse society. So everybody knows many. Look at Rick and Morty, man. Where have you been? Oh, geez, I don't know, Rick. The event that we're going to analyze happens in Mandalorian Season 1, Chapter 7. The Reckoning. Our Carl Weathers is attacked by a terrifying pterodactyl. Take a look. Chaos. Arm is totally jacked and subsequently healed by Baby Yoda. The scene is definitely important. It's what I call an important scene. But why? Our first time seeing the Force heal someone in Disney's canon. Outside of the video games, I mean, of course. Yoda totally buffs his whole team on Battlefronts too. I mean, since like time immemorial. You could do it. Everybody knew this, but we didn't see it on film until Rey healed Kylo. The snake, technically, is this whole caduceus, but we're not gonna get into that either. There's too many digressions we could take here. The fact of the matter is, when Carl does it, it's like on The Mandalorian, then the next day, Rise of Skywalker came out. So it was like a big deal. So this is a huge event in Weathers' multiverse. So, I mean, it's important in Weathers' multiverse. It should echo through his multiverse. Look, this is how this works, people. We don't even have to stretch that hard. I mean, look at the Predator. Dum, dum, dum. 1987. We are introduced to Carl Weathers as CIA agent Dylan, old friend of Arnold. His old pal Dutch Arnie is Dutch. And this is how they say hello. I mean, they just do, this is no editing. This is exactly how it appears in the film. They just, and there's grunting, lots of grunting. This, very, very awkward scene. Very awkward. So Weathers is a specimen. His arm, I mean, boom, boom. So of course, I mean, this just foreshadows what happens to Weathers later on in the film when he goes up against the Predator. Not good. Doesn't fare well for Weathers. Well, I mean, he gets a rematch later on in Mortal Kombat as. Well, that's not exactly. Weathers does the voiceover for CIA agent Jax. It's like a skin. It's like a Dylan skin for Jax. In Mortal Kombat, he fights the Predator. Anyways, another digression. I guess the next movie we need to talk about in the Weathers multiverse would be Happy Gilmore. We see Carl as Chubbs, circa 1996. Oh, I feel like that would just landed. Just the visuals. I mean, everybody, like, he's even got it's a dinosaur. The Predator is a dinosaur. It's a terrifying pterodactyl. They're all the same. And come on, people. This is golden. This is what a meta egg is, people. So we got the dinosaur check. So, but apparently Chubb survives, or at least for a little while, until eventually he returns with the alligator as a Force ghost. Look, it's connected. It's connecting tissue, people. Who knew Lincoln was a Jedi? And finally, Carl in the Rocky universe. Weathers' depiction of Apollo Creed. Rocky IV, 1985. Holy shit, his name is Draco! He's the dinosaur! See? It all makes sense. Oh, come on! That is the best meta egg you have ever seen. Well, I'm not even concerned, because you know what? They build up, man. Keep watching. Stay tuned. Hit the like button. And you know what? I just give you the denotation. If you want to interpret what happens, the connotation, so to speak, do that down there. Go up underneath, people. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. Is this intentional? Non-intentional? I'm just making shit up? Total clickbait? That's all for down there. And then subscribe. And hit the notification, because the next one is going to blow your mind even more. All right. Thanks for watching. Kylo says bye.